As the pressures of high office mount and early promises dissolve under the relentless reality of complex global crises, a clear and troubling pattern has emerged in Washington. Donald Trump's leadership strategy is failing to deliver tangible, meaningful benefits for everyday people. Instead of stability or progress, the public is treated to erratic rhetoric, impulse-driven policy, and declarations that defy basic logic.
I have a lot of things that are happening, a lot of good things. The economy is doing unbelievably from the standpoint of Wall Street. We just set another record, as you know. It's 80 times where we're the best market in history. And that's good for 401ks, and it's good for a lot of things, but it's great for 401ks and jobs. I always say it's great for 401ks and jobs. So we hit number 80 record.
Across foreign diplomacy, military leadership and defense strategy, personal whim and unvetted gut reactions have replaced hard-earned expertise, leaving working families and service members to foot the bill. Consider the escalating military conflict with Iran that Trump claims is currently being negotiated, contrary to what the Iranians say. Well, 6 months into this war that has stalled peace negotiations, has pushed gas prices to $4 a gallon or higher, working Americans are struggling to manage a rising cost of living, and rather than offering a coherent diplomatic roadmap, structural economic relief, or genuine empathy, the Trump regime tells citizens to patriotically pay up and offers no apologies. In place of real solutions, the stock market is repeatedly used as the sole barometer for success, a metric that means very little to families deciding between filling up their gas tanks and buying groceries. Even more alarming is his fresh claim regarding international waters. Trump yesterday declared that the United States would soon designate the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial international waterway bordered by sovereign nations like Iran and Oman, through which a fifth of the world's seaborne oil flows, as official U.S. territory. To assert that a vital international shipping channel can simply be annexed by a unilateral military blockade is complete lunacy. It displays a profound ignorance of international law, historical precedent, and basic geopolitics. Threatening to unilaterally seize control of global oil transit does not project strength on the world stage. It directly threatens global economic stability, alienates vital foreign allies, and provokes adversaries, all while offering zero viable paths toward lasting peace or a sensible end to the conflict, which, let's be honest, has no end. This severe detachment from reality extends directly to the treatment of American troops. A serious humanitarian and operational crisis has unfolded aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln, where over 5,000 sailors and Marines have endured record-breaking deployment exceeding 250 consecutive days at sea without making land, leading to a terrifying breaking point in crew morale. Reporting from specialist military outlets details an environment of immense psychological strain. Not that Donald Trump cares. Service members face severe mental health struggles, broken sanitation facilities, and thwarted suicide attempts as they are pushed past the limits of human endurance. At an emotional town hall meeting, military families voice profound distress and heartbreak over the visible strain on their loved ones. Yet, when asked directly about these documented conditions, the response from the top was a blunt and sweeping denial. Trump claimed families were not worried, brushed off reports of severe hardship, and asserted that over 8 months at sea was not nearly enough.
Well, no, that ship is moving. No, they're not. That ship is moving right now, or very shortly, and it's being replaced with another very similar ship.
Has the deployment gone on too long?
No. Not nearly long enough. Thank you, everybody.
To dismiss the severe psychological anguish of troops as mere media noise, while casually suggesting that exhausted, traumatized crews should stay deployed even longer, shows a cold indifference to the real-life well-being of the men and women executing military directives, a total contempt for the troops themselves. Perhaps no issue highlights this governance by gut feeling better than the arbitrary decision to overhaul the Navy's modern Ford-class aircraft carriers. For years, Trump has publicly complained about modern electromagnetic aircraft launch systems. repeatedly insisting that the Navy should return to old-fashioned steam-powered catapults simply because he finds digital technology confusing. Now, the administration has issued a national security directive, giving defense officials just 60 days to ditch modern digital launch systems and retrofit the USS Doris Miller with legacy steam and hydraulic systems. This decision comes despite the multi-billion-dollar vessel already being years behind schedule and roughly 50% complete. It is quite simply insane. Naval architects, aerospace experts, and defense contractors have repeatedly warned that tearing out an integrated, state-of-the-art digital system will cost hundreds of millions of dollars, create severe schedule delays, and introduce massive technical risks. As former Navy pilot and astronaut Mark Kelly pointed out, forcing complex engineering changes without technical expertise is completely irresponsible. It reflects a stubborn and deeply rooted refusal to accept modern innovation, a mindset remarkably similar to his backward claims about wind turbines or bringing Alcatraz back, and even Trump's costly obsession with redesigning a more luxurious Air Force One that isn't fit for purpose. When national defense hardware is redesigned on an executive whim, defense policy becomes driven by personal bias rather than operational reality, and it costs the American public dearly. An unmistakable line connects each of these failures. Strategic foreign policy is replaced by the unworkable threats of territorial annexation, the documented mental health and welfare of military personnel brushed aside as minor inconveniences. Cutting-edge defense engineering is overridden by an insistence on obsolete technology because the modern alternative is not personally understood. Think about that. True leadership requires rigorous study, reading, respect for specialized expertise, and an unwavering commitment to the tangible well-being of the public and service members alike. When unhinged declarations and ill-informed directives take the place of sound governance, the strategy yields no gains. And when viewed together, a clear pattern emerges of a desperate and deranged president backed into a corner, responding to pressure by diving deeper into absurdity and pushing his office far beyond its legal and logistical limits, further alienating himself and the United States from the rest of the world. I'm Anthony Davis. You can find me on the 5 Minute News YouTube channel and podcast, on Wednesdays co-hosting Uncovered, on Global AF, on Legal AF, and on Sundays on The Weekend Show with MeidasTouch.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.